Hello, I'm Zorab and this is Byther Farm, and today I'm going to show you how to grow parsnips from seed right through to harvest. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button, and that way YouTube will inform you each time I put up a new video. Parsnips are not terribly fussy about what type of soil they grow in, but they will grow better in a slightly looser soil that will allow their roots to go down easily. Now, if you're after exhibition parsnips, you don't want them to look like this, but for the kitchen, this is perfectly fine. So I'm going to talk about growing parsnips for the kitchen. Parsnip seeds germinate best in slightly warmed ground, so you can wait for the sun to warm it, or you can do what I usually do, which is to cover the soil with fleece for a couple of weeks, which will allow the soil to warm a little. And then sow your seeds individually, about 6 to 8 inches apart. I actually think it's worth taking the time to make sure you're only putting one seed down, and this way you should have really nice parsnips at the end of the season. Cover them over lightly with some soil, and then you can, although it's not entirely necessary, put the fleece back over the seed bed for a couple of weeks while they germinate. If it's very dry, make sure that you water your seeds, and in 2 to 4 weeks those seeds should germinate. If you've put a fleece over it, now's the moment to take it off and leave your parsnips to grow through the season. I water my parsnips weekly for the first 4 to 6 weeks, and I will water them again if it becomes very dry. So if we have a prolonged dry period, I will water them. You don't want to take a little and often approach with water to parsnips because that will encourage their roots to stay in the shallow ground, and you want that taproot to go right down into the ground. Parsnips are nicest when you leave them in the ground until after the first frost. The cold acts on the starches in the parsnip, turning them into sugars so they become sweeter. If you're using a no-dig method, one of the best ways to get parsnips out of the ground is put your hand on it and push down before you pull up. I like to leave at least one parsnip every year to go to seed, and here it is, because this way I can guarantee that the seeds I'm sowing are absolutely fresh. So I leave a plant to go to seed, and then in the late summer, early autumn, I collect all the seeds from the seed heads and store them in a paper envelope. And that way I know the seeds I'm planting this year are as fresh as they can be. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me again next time.